Hey basketball players, my name is Alan from Al's Basketball Training, and today I'm going to talk to you about a meal before your workout or before your basketball game or practice, and also hydration. These are both very key aspects to how you are going to perform on the basketball court. Now, whether you be a sixth man, a starter, or even a 12th man on the team, it doesn't matter. You need to be prepared for your game, you need to be prepared for your practice, and it's just overall better for your body if you are healthy when it comes to eating and also when it comes to drinking water. Now, you may be saying, why am I getting this information from somebody who looks like this? I know I'm not in the greatest of shape ever. I used to be way back when I was going down to the States. If you don't know my backstory, I went down to the NBA Development League for a training camp, tore my knee apart, and then that was over. However, some of the things that I can bring to you, or at least some of the information I can bring to you today, comes down to hydration and your meal planning. So when it comes down to it, you want to have carbs and protein a good amount of time before your practice, or even before your game. So if you want to get something that's dedicated to your body, because there's no real specific answer that I can give you right now to say how many carbs you need to have and how much protein you need to have, how many calories you need to have, because that comes down to your age, comes down to your sex, comes down to your overall body size, comes down to a lot of things. However, this next point, actually one of my points later on today, is going to be something that I learned over last winter. Actually, it was like in the springtime roughly when this happened, and it was a rough time in my life. Almost as rough as my time when I got my ACL injury, but it was still kind of tough. But anyways, going back to the meal, go to your doctor or find a local nutritionist who is able to take into account your weight, your size, your age, whatever it may be, and then they are able to tell you what you should have before a game, whether it be 2 hours before, 3 hours before, 4 hours before, whatever it may be. They're able to get down to the point of giving you a nutrition plan for games and for practices. Going from there, what you're looking at is hydration. And this is a point that I learned quite hard a couple of months ago. And that was actually a couple months. This is a winter video. This is October 1st right now that I'm recording this. This happened in the spring. My grandmother passed away, and I learned just how much potassium means to the human body. So when my grandmother passed away, and I've always known that potassium is very important, but when my grandmother passed away, I got really sick, and basically I got to a point where I wasn't able to eat. I wasn't able to keep anything down drinking wise. I was just not holding anything down, and I got admitted into the hospital. And basically the reason why I was admitted wasn't because I was sick. I was sick for many days, but it was because of my potassium level. And if it dropped any lower, quite literally, I could have died. So going from there, I always recommend now to all my players, all my basketball players that I train, and even players who I talk to daily, is to have a banana or something that's high in potassium before a game. And I would say an hour to 2 hours before a game, have a banana or something that's high in potassium, because you do not want that level to drop too low. Going from there, water. The bottle of water, that gigantic thing of water that I just showed you, have a couple of those a day. It doesn't matter your age, have at least 1 to 2 of those a day. And basically what that's going to do is it's going to obviously flush all the crap that's inside of you out. Now, I'm not one of those people who are like, oh, there's toxins and things like that. There probably is. I don't know. I've never really looked into it, but there's a lot of people who believe in that. I just look at water as the fact that your body is basically made up of water. So if you are running in a game, whether it be 30 degrees like it is today, or if you're just running in a game when it's -1 outside, but it's like 28 degrees inside the gym, or even if it's 2 degrees inside the gym, you're going to sweat and you are going to be losing water. And if you lose too much water, you're going to become dehydrated, which is going to now hinder your performance when it comes to basketball games, practices, and whatever else that you're doing. So, to sum up this whole video, go to a doctor or a nutritionist to see what your optimal meal may look like, and then go from there. Make sure to have a banana an hour to 2 hours before every practice and every game. If it's not a banana, something that has potassium in it. And then from there, liquids. So the reason why you want potassium in your life, like extremely in your life, other than the fact that if you don't have enough that you could die, is the fact that it will minimize muscle cramping in your body. Same as hydration, so keep that in mind. I'll see you guys again later, actually tomorrow, because this is the second video of the day.